about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington Commanders. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw here. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They're going to look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll get 34 yards there. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Back to the ground with Gibson. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4.
At the 15-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, an ill-advised throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards that time for number 19. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Complete to number 4. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 20.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Second and 5.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Things a lot different than the last time they were on the field. Remember, they threw the interception, gave up the touchdown, and now trailing 7-0 and looking for a response.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And McLaurin, the motion man right.
Back to throw here. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be knocked to the turf right there, but they're across the 50 at the 48 now.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Powers through him. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
13 yards remaining on second down.
They'll They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
3 yards. First down, Seahawks.
In motion, Fant.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
And now an audible here into something else.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0.
Commanders nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Washington going to send out their punter. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll throw now on the final play.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And they're going to speed things up here.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
A little juke. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And now they'll shift things around. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Here's Walker.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker
with now 3 week 1 touchdowns.
And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it is 28-0.
Commanders nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from it. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one
been good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
DK Metcalf.
41 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Once more, Gibson.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. They'll set up a throw.
Slings this deep for McLaurin.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense once again up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Down pass. Intercepted. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll set up to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Brandon Jones picking it off.
20.
Down the left sideline.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Gibson toss right.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 38-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 75. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Taking a shot for Samuel. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
1st down, Seahawks.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
It's been a tough go for them. Still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, Walker.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Made back at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run, Walker.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll look to throw here. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. They're going to look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. Saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Smith and Jigba. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Commanders' 8-yard line.
Second and 2. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Seahawks, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves